So after we have explained that when a person is mekusha to the tzaddik, he receives the Ruach Chaim from the tzaddik, especially today with the Yosef of Rabbeinu, and the Rishonim, they get... What? We're holding the Sif Ches. You're right, I'm sorry. Likutei Moharan, Torah Ches, Sif Ches. I apologize profusely. So after we have explained that when a person is mekushim to the tzaddik, he gets the Ruach Chaim from the tzaddik. And the Rishonim, they get the Ruach HaTuma from the Rav de Klippa. It is already explained that there's a need to defeat the Rishonim that get the Chais from the Klippa. And only somebody who is already totally separated from his body, the bad from the good, he can defeat them. And we also learned that the way to do that separation, to separate the good from the bad, is through Torah and Tefillah. The Tefillah brings about the Seichel, the mental capacity to the Torah, so you'll be able to ascertain the halacha properly. And by ascertaining the halacha properly, you are able to separate the good from the bad physically in your body. This is what we learned until now. Now the Rebbe is going into saying how the tzitzis is bechinas ruach chaim, is like a tubing system, a piping system of ruach chaim. This is the aspect of 4 tzitzis. Ki arba tzitzis hem bechinas ruach chaim. These forces, they represent the Ruach Chaim that gives life to the world. And the tzaddikim receive it from the Torah. And they bestow it upon those who are connected to them. And it is said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Yecheskel, when that he should prophesy over the dry bones that he saw. From the 4 corners come the Spirit. And over there by the Nevuah, it will make all the dead people come alive. And this is a simon for Am Yisrael, they will all get up alive, love it. And what is alluded to it is that the spirit of life, the spirit of vitality with which the resurrection is going to take place, it emanates from an aspect which is called Arba Ruchos, 4 corners. Shezeo Pchinas HaTzitzis sheyesh ba'arba kanfos. This is the tzitzis that has 4 corners. Which is the bechina of the 4 letters of Shem Havaya Baruch Hu, from which the Ruach Chaim, did you get it? Okay. From which the Ruach Chaim is being drawn to the 4 elements of Domem Tzomeh Chaim Medaber, of the inanimate, the growing, the living, and the talking. Through the tzitzis, which represent Ruach Chaim, what you do is you machnim ruach saro, you defeat the storm wind. That the spirit of the misnagdim that dispute the true tzaddikim, that they bring about their power, their longevity, their forceful life force from the source, the Rav de Klippa, this is Esav, a hairy man, that he's ish sa'ir mishon se'ara, also Lishon Seir, Lishon, that he has hair, and also Lishon Sera, Lishon storm wind. His wind is a storm wind. Ken tzitzis uleshon se'ar. That's what tzitzis is also used when somebody talks about the hair. And it says, as Kmo shekosov, vayikacheni betzitzis roishi. He took me, the Novi in Yecheskel says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu took me at the tip of my hair. Is the tzitzis roishi, the hair of my head. So you see that tzitzis is called hair as well. Because it is through the tzitzis that you defeat the Esav Ish Soyer. Because Soyer obviously is, from the roots of Seah of hair. And the more that the tzaddikim add on the Ruach HaKdusha in the world, the more the Ruach HaTumah is being diminished. And this is the greatness of Rabbeinu HaKadosh, especially today when this is his day, this is his Yotzeit, that the main koach is to pump in Kedusha into the world. And the more Kedusha is in the world, the more, the more Tumah, goes out and explodes. I think I told you once before that I had a horrendous maisa with a friend that we used to learn in America, that he had problems with his wife, Shemir Acham, all kind of problems, and so she was going clubbing in New York and whatever, and they went to psychiatrists, psychologists, and they said that I'm talking about from couple that they go to psychologists, and they said that she had a very domineering father, and she should be understood. You should let her get out of his system. That's this whole thing, whatever it is. And he came to me, and he asked me, what can we do about this? What can we do about this? I told him, I don't know, but I tell you what, why don't you come over to my house? Come over to my house, and we will say Sefer Tehillim together. He came. The first day he could say 70 kapitlach, he could say that. He couldn't say anymore. No problem. Second day. Came the second day, we did it again. The third day we found out that his wife was having an affair with an Indian guy that was working for her father, whatever. Actually, a business that her husband started. The whole mess just exploded. Because he asked me when we started saying it to him, I said, what is going to happen? Is going to make peace between them? Is going to give her a first nefesh, whatever? I said, I don't know what it's going to do. I said, the only one thing I know it is going to do is it's going to pump in Kedusha into the situation. So something has got to give. Something has got to give. It was a frightening Maisa. It was a frightening Maisa because the second day after we finished the Tehillim was Erev Shabbos, and I said to them, maybe I'll come to visit them in their home. And I decided, no, I'm not going to go there. And I went to make his Vedadus by the Besachaim on 19th Avenue. Next to FDR school, high school, over there. And there's a big cemetery between Borough Park and over there. It's over there.
Washington Cemetery.
Yeah, so I went outside. I was making his Vedadus over there. And I was having a beautiful Isbeidas, and suddenly from inside the graveyard, there was a young dog, a bitch, a female dog. I could tell because she had she was full with milk, and she came, and she was barking at me. Came to the fence and was like barking at me like I was in the middle of talking to Hashem, and she was like barking like wildly, and I was amazed. I was shocked. I looked at this guy and said, "What is this?" As I say this, the dog runs like a few tombstones into the graveyard, and and peeks at me from behind the tombstone, and barks. I was even more astonished. I said, "What's going on?" And the dog just ran into the cemetery and disappeared. Then I went to the place where I used to make it. I had this business, and I went out, and I came out, and there was a car parked there, and there was the schmutz in the car, just in the street. What is going on here? Motzei Shabbos, I got the phone call that says, yeah, they caught her, whatever it is. She went out, whatever it is. Somebody went foul, whatever. Then I understood. I was saying things I shouldn't have said, because it's like speaking shtuyot. But I told his brother, who was my close friend, I told his brother, says that he should tell her that I already saw the dog is going to be her Gilgal, because that's the punishment of a woman that adulterous woman has been megulgal in a dog, and she copulates in the street, and there's nothing she can do. She cannot, in front of everybody can see. So no thing. So I said, you can tell her that I already saw the Gilgal. It was like the tzaddikim.
No, let's end on a good note.
What? The koyach of the that the good note is that you should know. You pump him kedusha.
Right.
You pump him kedusha. The tumor runs away. The tumor explodes. It's a tikkun for her. It's a tikkun for everybody. And Baruch Hashem, today we're going to daven. We're kusha to Rabbeinu. We're arba ruchos. To get ruach chaim. That we should get, b'ezrat Hashem, a spirit of life, of vitality, of braveness. To be men, to be real men, to go into avodas Hashem and to find out what Kadosh Baruch Hu wants from us, and to serve Kadosh Baruch Hu and sanctify the name of Kadosh Baruch Hu, with our living, with our dying, with everything, with Hashem. Baruch Hu, Hashem should help us.